Welcome to Attican Plays Railroad Corporation. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 10, Episode 8 of our playthrough of the Railroad Corporation Civil War DLC. And we're on Mission 3. We just wrapped up Part 1 of this mission and set up, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. Just go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it. It's not bad. It's, if I do say so myself. So we've moved our troops down. We've moved some gunpowder down here to St. Louis. And our main mission here is just to follow the Union Army's orders and get them done. Now you can see our reputation is outstanding. 100 is the goal, was the goal we had at the end of 2, and we're at over 200 for both. So we have very good standing with the Union and the Confederacy. Now, we've got to finish off restoring this artillery factory. We've got a couple more shipments of bricks to get down there, and then that'll be done. And then that'll allow us, we believe, to take 2 mortars over to St. Louis to fulfill that task. And right at the end of the first episode of this mission, we got this coming up, which is our battle for Jefferson City. Now, we have to take troops and gunpowder and mortars to Jefferson City to battle against the Confederacy. And we basically do that by literally just taking them there. And it's a little weird. I mean, it's called the Confederate Army Camp, but you can see it has a demand for Union soldiers, a demand for mortars, and a demand for gunpowder. Right now, there are only 14 Confederate soldiers there. So I'm thinking that's not going to be that hard a thing to handle. If we can quickly move soldiers over there, we should be able to win that battle pretty easily. And it'll tell you in this, it says that, you know, the soldiers can fight on their own. They fight much better with the artillery support, but the artillery doesn't do anything without the gunpowder. It's worthless. And furthermore, you don't want to send artillery by itself without the troops to defend it, or it'll just be overrun easily by the Confederacy. So we're going to set up, let's see, let's set up a line. Let's set up one right here. So what we're going to need, we're running the, we're using the directional signals, right? So we've got trains running on the right. So what we're going to do here is set up the ability to go from the right over to the left. So we need a little crossover. And we'll have to let it run until that train's out of the way. There we go. And at that point of that crossover, then we're going to come on out like this. And run our line into Jefferson City. And we want to be able to make it more flexible. I think it'd be easier if we just go ahead and do it now. Let it make a T-junction so it'll go in both directions. So in this game, the way we would do that, we've got coming on the right, going across. And if you look at this, see how this is now 2-way? All right, so that's all good. Then we want to be able to do the same thing coming this way, right? But in order to do that, you also have to be able to cross over. You're coming this way. To go back, you would have to be able to cross from here over to here. So let's set up a crossover like this that allows you to get over to the other track. And then right after that, we can, whoops, grabbed the wrong thing. Right here, we can hook into this line like so. Now let's see what that gives us. Right, so now that allows you to come out, cross over, and go on your way, and come down here, keep going, or come down here and go through. So this is 2-way, this is 2-way, and this is 2-way. Now we can, if we want to, we can double track this. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's come back down here after that two-way section and double track okay. And then we can go into this part we just built and have it drive on the right. So you can see we have this, our intersection piece here, and the little piece here is bi-directional. You can go either way. And then we've got our one-way double track on either side of it. So that should all be good. Now that we've set that up, let's run trains. We've got troops here. We've got 35 troops in St. Louis. And they have 15 here. If we ran 2 trains, let's try running 2 trains, carrying 9. And I'm just going to copy that and go. All right, and we'll see what happens with this battle. See if we can't send 18 troops in there and defeat these 14 Confederate soldiers. Now, let's look at what else we've got to do. We've got to finish that off, build our mortars, prepare for that battle. But the big thing we need to do is have more revenue. You can see we're making decent money right now. $500,000 profit, third quarter. That's our current quarter. Last full one we had was about $500,000. So this one must be almost over. September, yeah, it's about to end. Let's just run it till it ends and see what it looks like. Picked up another building. Our upkeep has gone through a threshold. Okay, pause this. All right, so yeah, we're running about $500,000 profit, but we need to get into creating gunpowder at this mill. Now, the good news is we own some of the things we need for this, but what we don't own, if we look at this, there's, and please forgive me, I'm really struggling with my voice today. We own coal, so we can get coal right here. See, it would normally cost $12.60, but see, we own that, so we can get that coal for quote free. It's still going to cost us. It's costing us a bunch of money every month just to maintain that building. And then if we run trains in, we're going to have to pay for the upkeep of those trains. So it's certainly by no means free. And then logs. We do have same deal with logs. We have logs right up here in La Plaza that we can run down, no problem. But again, we've got to maintain all that stuff. It's costing us a lot. Then if we go to pyrite and saltpeter, it's an even uglier story, because as far as I can tell, let's take a quick look. There's no pyrite or saltpeter in any of the, yeah, see, we own that up there too, in any of the Union cities, so we don't own any of those. So if we go out here to Joplin, see, we can buy saltpeter, but it's going to cost us $1,100 a carload, and then we can buy pyrite, and those are the two other things we need for that. But we're going to have to be buying that stuff and paying for the shipment, and we make no money on it on the back end because there's no place to sell it. We can't sell gunpowder anywhere. We can only supply it to the Union, and you can see, well, right now there's not even any place to supply it. So I'm not sure what we're over here. We would be supplying it over here, and you can see what they pay for it. Nothing. Okay, so if we get into gunpowder, we're going to lose money like crazy. We also see they want uniforms, and we learned in our last one that we can make uniforms in a clothing factory, and the good news is you make both uniforms and clothing. So what we're going to do, we've got to get to a We need more money is what I'm saying. This is not enough money to support. This is plenty of money to support what we're doing now. But in order to make gunpowder and uniforms, and also, by the way, artillery, which we own brick factory, but again, we have to, we would have to supply that with, well, after it gets going. Actually, we're still fixing it. Let's not worry about the artillery factory just yet. But let's just see how are we going to make more money. Now, we did set up last time this farm, and you can see we're not shipping out all the meat. And what we have right now, as I recall, we have this train that's going St. Louis. Oh yeah, it's selling to St. Louis and to Memphis, and then to Burlington itself, and then to Alton. So it's covering everybody but Peoria, Quincy, and Belleville, which we've now connected to, and they have grown to the point where we could sell them stuff as well. So let's set up a train to grab. In fact, let's do this. Let's see, we're going to take it to Peoria, Quincy, and I think, did I say Belleville? Cancel that. Let's get Belleville into our system. That's another customer for the meat. So let's run a line like so, and let's run one back the other way to make sure we can go in both directions, like so. Okay, so Belleville is hooked into our system. And let's get a train going that goes, whoops, I already bought the train. Hold up. Right here. Okay. Peoria, Quincy, and Belleville 3 times. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then Peoria, Quincy, Belleville. All right, so in Burlington, you're going to unload. You're going to load. And you're going to do the same thing again. What in the world? I obviously clicked the wrong thing there. Peoria. What in the world? Okay, every time you're in Burlington, you're going to load up meat and you're going to unload passengers and mail. So when you're in Peoria, you're going to unload the meat and load up passengers and mail. Same thing here. Optionally. And when you're in Belleville, yeah, that's right. Unload. And all we got to do now is move Peoria up to second place. And then move Quincy up. And Belleville's in place and go. So now we have another meat line servicing 3 other towns. That should make good money and should allow us to take more advantage of this meat we're producing in Burlington. Now, I said we need more money. So one way we can make more money is to make clothing, because clothing's kind of a big ticket item. Good price there, $28,000. We can sell it there. We can sell it down here in Memphis and that's about it. But as these other cities grow, they will start needing the clothing as well. Now, unfortunately, the cotton that we need is only down here in Greenbrier. Now, the good news is, of course, we have already, because we have a great relationship with the South, we could be at war with them and trade with them at the same time. So I think let's just run it through Memphis. Okay, there's cotton. It'll go to Memphis, then it'll follow the track through St. Louis up here. It needs to get over here. Now, probably, yeah, the best thing to do would be to come off here. Let's see if we can build another one of our little intersections like that, maybe right up here. Yeah, okay. So, let's see. Think this through. You have to be able to get from, when you're coming back that way, you have to be able to cross over here. So let's cross over there like that, and we can come out right after that like so. Okay, and then on this side, same kind of a deal. Somewhere around here, we'd have to be able to get from this right hand over to this, like so. Then we'd want to come out and go like this and join up. And then we can double track from here back. If we want to, and we do. All right, and then we can set our signals here. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so now we can take cotton to Columbia. So we're going to need a train that takes cotton to Columbia. We're going to need a train that takes the leather to Columbia. That's, oh, no, I'm sorry. We're producing the leather here, and we've got an open spot. Why don't we put our, well, do we want to do that? I think what I'd rather do is put the clothing manufacturer in St. Louis, because that way it'll be an easy sell to St. Louis. We won't have to run a train for that part. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put clothing right here. Let's construct a clothes factory. Okay. And then let's take our train, this guy that's running the Burlington to St. Louis, and let's change him up a little bit and have him, when he's in Burlington up here, instead of loading passengers, he's going to load 3, 6, 7 leather, and he's going to run full. He's always going to have those 7. And when he gets to St. Louis, he's going to load the leather. Then I want him to go to St. Louis again, and I want him to unload optionally unload some and I don't know if I mentioned this. Earop gave me some. I'm gonna call him Earop. It's I don't know if it's like a well, I won't even guess. It seems like a Ukrainian name, maybe. Is that a good guess? But I'm going to say it Irop. That's how we hillbillies say it. Have no clue how it's supposed to be said. Probably something not even close to that. But Irop said you can shift on these cities and get another copy of the city. So I hit shift and clicked on the clothing, and it automatically opened up a new city for us, so that we can fix this too, because this is wrong. Oh, we want to load. Anyway, by using shift, I can automatically grab that city. And you can even go out on your route and just hit shift and click these cities and add them to your route. Makes it much easier. So thank you, Irop. It also works for research, to assign all of your researchers. You can hit shift and it'll automatically go grab them all. So we want to drop off the leather. Then we want to load clothing if they're available. And we want to unload them in St. Louis before we load passengers to go back to St. Louis. So let's see if that makes sense. We're going to load up leather, go to St. Louis, maybe load some clothes, sell them to St. Louis, load up passengers, go back to Burlington, and I think I'm going to have it do it again. Load leather. And this time, rather than selling to St. Louis, it can just unload the leather and load up mail and come back and unload that. And as I'm thinking through this, it would make more sense to have that be the second cycle, but that's okay. Once it starts flowing, we'll start selling clothing to St. Louis. Take that back. So we're going to say add St. Louis again, unloading uniforms. So you're going to load uniforms. Optionally, and unload them into the Army camp. Then you're going to load mail. All right, so the first time down, you unload leather. If they're there, you load some clothes and sell them to St. Louis. Go back, load up some passengers, go back to Burlington. Now we load up some more leather, come down to St. Louis, and unload all those, and then load up all the uniforms you can and move those over to the Army camp, the Union Army camp, and then grab some and go back. So there we go. There, that's a good line. That should be good. All right, so now we've got our clothing coming in, our leather coming in. We need the textiles to go to the cloth factory. So that's going to take, I think that's just another train. And what we'll do there is, as this Columbia starts to grow, then we can start bringing passengers back there or whatever. Okay, so we've got cotton. We do have cotton, right? Those are our troops. Did I do? Well, shoot. Did I do cotton? Man. I don't think I did. So we'll take 9 cotton. Take them to the textiles. Then we're going to go here and load passengers optionally. Unload those passengers and go back to the Greenbrier or to Greenbrier, and start over. As a West Virginia reference there. Let's see. Grain. Ooh, cotton costs you less. Oh, look at that guy. Look at that guy. All right, cotton costs us less. That's one thing we actually have to buy. So let's upgrade. Hire him. Thank you for coming along. All right. And go. Let's see how this works out. Let's see if we can start making some clothing. And we also, of course, want to see how our battle turns out. See what happens. We'll see what the battle mechanic actually looks like. So I think, yeah, here we go. We're loading up troops. So let's just follow this guy. So here's a load of troops headed into battle. Let's see what happens when they get there. Yeah, see, they're actually, we're losing people, they're losing people. Here comes some more troops. Okay, we're dropping them down, but if we're just going to fight with troops, you can see it's harder. It's definitely harder, so we need some more coming, and we've got more on the way. We wore them down a little, dropped them down from, what were they, 16, 14, something like that. With these next 2 loads should do it. We should be able to win the battle. And it would have been, of course, much easier had we brought in mortars and gunpowder. Oh, here we go. Now we're starting to, there we go. Now we're starting to even up the battle. This next crew should finish it off. Yay. All right, we won the Battle of Jefferson City. Let's see, Confederates have been defeated. They were leaving the city. That's why their firepower was so low. So we can't assume that easy a battle going forward. We picked up a couple of Jervises and a John Bull. It's very good we've captured the city that fast. Otherwise, they would have used these locomotives to successfully evacuate. So, okay, so we caught those troops and killed them off before they could escape. Now we've got this train that can't do anything. And we've got a bunch of troops, and I don't think we can do anything with them. I don't want to lose them. And we can't load them back. We can't send them back to St. Louis. So I think we'll just let that train sit on idle and hold those troops there. No problem. And then our other train that's going back for troops, he doesn't have anything, so we're going to apply and pause. I'm just going to have him go back to St. Louis and sit until we decide what's the next thing we need to do. And why do I have trains? What in the world? Did I forget to hit apply on all those routes? I'll be... Oh my word. And these were the complicated crap. Oh la. Okay. All right. We've got our textiles going to the clothes factory. We've got our cotton going to the textile factory. We don't have that big old complicated line. Crap. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's do this again. We were so good at it last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's too many. Oh, I'm doing the John Bull. Cancel. This is one of the ones we got. Oh, that's what that is. These are the 3. I'm so sorry. These are the 3 they gave us. All right, we're scrapping. We thank you for them, but we're way past that. Jervis, thanks, but no thanks. Jervis, thanks, but we'll just take the cash. All right, so now my question is, do I still have my complicated lines? There's another one with nothing. Oh my worst. I am so sorry. Good. I thought I knew how to play games. I forgot we actually modified an existing train, and now I remember the reason I did that is because I don't want us tapping out this supply. There's no point. So yeah, we've got everything we need. We've got our train running there. The only thing we don't have is a train running down to Memphis. So this train right here, when it goes, we're going to change it up. When it goes into St. Louis for City Hall, I'm going to have it load I'm going to have it unload some clothing, optionally of course, and finish it off with however many passengers we can put in there. 4 will do. And unload all that stuff, and then go back to St. Louis, and then do your thing. Okay. So now we don't have to add another train, but we can get clothing picked up and sold in Memphis without the expense of another train. So that is a good thing, and that should make more money. The clothing delivery is going to make more money after it gets going than the passengers would. All right, so we've set up a clothing business. Does that mean we can now run off and make gunpowder? Don't think so. Let's set up one more. We own bricks up here, and we have and we need to eventually put bricks down here in this artillery, but we also can sell bricks at $9,900 a pop in St. Louis, and I think in probably Memphis. Yep. Anybody else need bricks? All these other southern towns are very small. Yeah, they are. We got 2 places we could sell bricks, and I think the best way to do it would be from down here. We need coal to go to the bricks, so let's run coal. Into the system right here, and let's go. Let me make sure we won that battle. Good for us. We're still waiting to finish off that one load of bricks to finish off the artillery factory. Let's see. Oh, look here. It's a new task. Did I miss that? We need to deliver grain and meat to Jefferson City in 642 days. So let's set up a train to do that. Let's set up a train. Okay. Let me check my list. We have these guys, but I don't want to lose those troops. So we'll keep that. Let's buy another train. Let's go. well, what's the ratio? What do we need here? We need 2 to 1. So 2. I don't think that's going to work. Let me see. That's too complicated. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to run a full load of wheat down to the recruiting office. Then we're going to go, and we can even take some passengers back. Then we're going to add Burlington. And pick up meat. And we're going to run full on that and go back down here. Whoops. And use our shift trick to grab another one. And we can load more passengers. And go back to Burlington. Unload those passengers. And then go back to Bloomfield and start over. All right. So over time, that will take care of this. And I'm running 9 to 7. I don't care. I started saying I could figure out the ratios, but it's too much like work. All right. Rails. Okay. Oh, yes. We definitely want the lower upkeep costs on the locomotives because that's one of our big drains on our economy. Whew. Okay, so are we addressing everything? We're trying to rebuild that. We've got should have the bricks on the way, do we? We do. We have the bricks on the way. So we'll get that done. That will allow us to do this one. Build recruitment offices to speed up the recruiting. Larger the army, the larger daily upkeep. I think we're just going to leave it like that for now. And what they're talking about here is we can go to one of these open spots and construct a recruiting office, which increases a soldier's recruitment speed in your army camp. So the speed would go up. We would be gaining soldiers more quickly, but then our price for them would go up. So we're gaining them right now, and we're just going to keep it at that for the moment. And as our economy gets stronger, we can start recruiting faster. I think that's the way to go. So that means that we're addressing everything. So let's just let it run for a bit and see if we're doing. The city is under control, and it's because of time. Now we start. Okay, I wondered how did we get these without a message? I guess we were just ahead of the message. Gunpowder and mortar. Okay, so they're telling us now, that was kind of the message telling us we've got some jobs to do here. So we need to get food to this recruiting office. Artillery factory has been restored. Okay, good. That job is done. Now we can start making mortars. All right, let's pause. Okay, that's done. That means we have a train over here that's kind of dead. Where is he? This guy right here. Oh, this guy's dead too. He's hauling. Where's he getting lumber? Oh, he's getting lumber from that supply they gave us. And we still have 20, and I'm suspicious. We're going to... you know what? We could have started making clothing. Let's have this train. Where could he dump that? He can dump it right up here. Let's see if he'll go up to Burlington and dump that lumber. Yeah, here we go. Here he is right there. And once he dumps that lumber, we're going to stop for a second and see what we want to do with him. Stop. Oh, he's trying to load lumber. My goodness. I don't think... Oh, we can't dump it in there. Crap. Let's dump it right here. Okay, now finally, once he gets his maintenance, that only took a few days. All right, we're starting to deliver grain to Jefferson City. We're getting more soldiers. Our costs are going up. I'm just determined to, instead of just killing that, I'm determined for him to... Where is he? Look how he went. Something's wrong here. Why wouldn't he go on this road? You know, I wonder if that works properly. He came in. Now he should be able to take any of the tracks out. Why wouldn't he take the straight, direct path right to Peoria? Instead, he went all the way around. He's going to take this long, circuitous route to get there. That makes no sense at all. But the good news is we're starting to make money. We can see, well, we're still making money, but we haven't really picked up any of our big expenses. Oh, look at this. We are making clothing, and we should be making uniforms as well. So that's starting to work. And I'm sorry, this is pathetic, but oh wait a minute. Why is this guy asleep? I've got one I'm not using. I'm losing track of all these guys. I'm just not that smart, guys. Where's our 12? T12. Okay. At least he did take the bypass. I'll give him that much credit. So once he finally dumps this lumber, all right, let's pause this thing. I'm just going to blow up his route and then think about what we want to do with him. I want him to load bricks. Pick up some passengers. Unload them in St. Louis. No. Forget St. Louis. We're going to unload in Peoria. We're going to start another brick load. Go add St. Louis. Okay, pick up bricks, sell them in Memphis. Pick up passengers, drop them off in Peoria. Pick up bricks, sell them in St. Louis. Pick up mail, drop it off in Peoria. And it says it's overloaded. Why is it overloaded? Oh. There we go. And go. So now he has gainful employment. And we have, this guy here was our bricks to Alton. I don't think we're doing anything with Velvet. No, let's that's Burlington. We don't want. Okay. I'm just gonna kill him. I'm tired of fooling with him. Okay. Unload. Load. Okay. That should work, and apply. And we're going to put repairs. In fact, I'm going to let's make this in repairs. And give that train repairs. All right. So we set up a brick business. Crap. Are we taking coal up there? I think, didn't I start? That's what I started all this with, wasn't it? Yeah. And I didn't do it. Do I have any sleeping trains? Right here. This one here is going to take coal to the bricks. Yes, we know. Pick up that. Take them back to Belleville. Apply. Yeah, I don't know what train it was. Here it is. And get repairs. Okay, so now we should have a, I'm going to have to pause it again. Because employee salary less, absolutely. Okay, look at our employees. Our employees are working for nothing. They're wartime volunteers. Very nice people. Okay, are we making money now? Yes, we're making more money, but we haven't really started doing what we have to do. All right, so we've got those 2 mortars. Do I have any spare trains? I do not. So let's grab another train. I'm gonna have it pick up mortars in Alton and drop them in St. Louis. And go. So we'll have a train that carries the mortars back and forth. For now, he's not going to do much of anything. Well, he'll carry the 2. There's 2 there that you get for rebuilding it. And that will take care of this. But we need to start making mortars, and we need to start making gunpowder in order to be prepared for the next big battle. So let's stop right there with this episode. We have won a military battle. We've established a bricks business and a clothing business, and we should be making uniforms as well. Yes, we are. Good for us. Oh, do we get paid for the? Oh, look at that. We get paid for the uniforms. Hooray for us. Okay. Well, that's going to help a bunch. So getting that clothing business going was really crucial to making all this work. So when we come back in the next one, we'll start working on gunpowder and mortars, and possibly stepping up our recruitment in St. Louis. But we're going to have to do all of it very carefully and make sure that we continue to grow our own revenue. Otherwise, we're going to manage to go broke. So one of the things we might look at would be, running some passenger mail through the South. I mean, they're letting us, so why not? And plus, we're going to need lines anyway, it looks like, to get to some of this stuff eventually. And a good one here would be like oil to the refinery. Oh, that would be a great business to get into. Oil to the refinery, take kerosene and sell it to multiple cities on the map. So that is stuff to look forward to. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one, I hope. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player, and I hope you'll join us for our next Railroad Corporation video. Thank you.